Hey everybody, my name's Chelsea. For those of you who don't know me, for today's project, I'm going to be discussing Les Diaboliques, which is a French film we watched this semester, and I'll be discussing the screenwriting. I'm not quite sure about some of these pronunciations just because I'm not French, and as much as Siri tells me, I don't trust her with the pronunciations. Um, Henry George Clouzot and Jerome Geronimi were behind the screenwriting and the script of this film. I think it's very amazing what they created. They used well rounded characters, they used every single scene to its fullest, and they crafted one of the best murder mysteries I've seen in recent times. They kind of did too, depending on how you view the ending of the film. In terms of character, I think it's very important to kind of look at the three main characters of the film, which would be Christina de la Salle, her husband Michel, and the mistress in the middle of the two. Her name's Nicole. Um, Viewers will instantly kind of get attached to Christina, the main woman of the film. She's very sweet. She is the owner of the boarding school in which most of this takes place. Um, because she's so sweet, she kind of becomes the underdog, and you can very much see her halo. I think that this helps all of us, including myself, kind of get into her corner. In the other corner, you have her husband, Michelle, who is the complete opposite of her in every single way. He's very rude. People fear him. It doesn't make sense why he would even take over the school, considering he hates the children. I think that persona that they built around him helps everyone kind of get on board with his death. I mean, ask yourself after watching it, were you rooting for his death? Did you question or hesitate the murder in itself? I personally didn't. On the other hand, I was questioning Nicole, the mistress in the third part of this trio. I wanted to know why she was helping, kill the man that she supposedly loves. She's sleeping with this married man, and then all of a sudden she's okay to kill him, which left me very curious. I think that the writers wanted it to be this way because then that is planting the first seed of doubt as we head on. I think it's awesome how you start to go into act two thinking, okay, well, now they have this plan, so how are they going to pull it off? From there, every scene is definitely crafted in a perfect way. You watch them try and kill him. And I don't know if anyone else picked up on this, but Nicole definitely takes the lead on everything. She's the one who holds him down in the water. She puts the heavy bookend, I think it is. I don't know what to describe it as, on top of him. But if you also notice, a lot of things happen off camera. I believe this as a tool to sort of give the audience a false sense of security. I very much play by soap opera rules. If it doesn't happen on camera, it didn't happen. And even if it does happen on camera, you still can't completely trust it. This sort of false sense of security leads the audience to kind of question, okay, well, he's dead now. So did they get away with it? How are they going to get away with it? I think from there, the use of the drunk man and the nosy neighbor to sort of ratchet up the tension was an excellent use of the people around them and their daily life. As they get back to school, you're kind of like, okay, they made it to the school, they're going to dump the body. And then all of a sudden, Christina just can't seem to let it go. You watch the body go in, and then she spends the rest of her time staring out the window at the pool. So when the pool is drained, everyone's confused as to where the body is. Christina's been looking at it this whole time. How did she not notice that the body is gone? From there, I think Clouseau and Geronimi did a great job of using the other characters at the school to sort of ratchet the tension even higher than it was at that point. There's the scene where the boy claims that he talked to Michelle, which should be impossible because he's dead. And then they go to take the class photo, and there's the image of him in the background. Um, Personally, I loved this use of, well, is it happening or is it not happening? That tension definitely carries people through it as Christina now goes on this journey of trying to find an answer for the impossible. How is it that this man that she helped kill is not where she put him and sort of appearing, but without real proof that he's appearing? Um, at this point, you now begin to ask yourself, who can you trust? You know, Nicole is desperate to get Christina to forget about the whole situation and move on with her life, which seems sketchy. But then also there's this detective who pops up out of nowhere. I think that all of these characters are placed perfectly within the story and the plot to sort of get you to start wondering, well, who would the best suspect be? Is he really dead? Is he not? Did someone move the body and is trying to plant something on them now at this point? From there, I think that the best part of this entire movie is the reveal of Michelle still being alive and who actually helped him. Um, Bedridden by this whole situation because she has health issues. Christina hears somebody in Michelle's office and goes to look. She sees shadows in the office, so she's determined to prove that someone's in there and is playing a sick joke on her, only to find no one's in the office, just a glove and the typewriter. Scared out of her mind, she runs back to her room, and this is my favorite part of it all. She turns around and finds Michelle dead, supposedly, in her bathtub. And as he sits up, she has this heart attack and he pops the eyeballs out, and it's amazing to me. I think that this reveal is great, cinematically, just the way it was shot and the way that it was written. I think that the way Christina dies is a way that leaves everyone with doubt. She just kind of slumps over. Maybe she didn't actually die. Maybe she just passed out. I also love that Nicole and Michelle believe that they finally got away with it, the perfect crime. And then they are caught by the detective who you thought you couldn't trust in the beginning of all of this. And then the final part, which I loved because Clouseau and Geronimi did the perfect callback to plant doubt in viewers' minds just before they leave the theater. Um, Using the kid who supposedly saw Michelle earlier in the film to now say that he saw Christina and she gave him back his confiscated slingshot was perfect to sort of make people think, well, did she actually die? Did she not die? Did she pretend to die to play a trick on Nicole and Michelle or to get them caught for trying to do all this? Or was she just playing them all along from the beginning? She wanted to get rid of Michelle. She knew she needed to get rid of Nicole as well, maybe. I think that dialogue and that writing was perfect for me. Overall, there's nothing wrong with this film, and to think that it still holds the test of time decades later is amazing. The only sort of trick ending I could think of that comes close to it would definitely be the Sixth Sense ending. So for those of you who have never seen the Sixth Sense, I will not ruin the ending, but there's definitely a trick ending to that as well. For those of you who might have skipped over Les Diaboliques in the middle of our crazy semester, I definitely suggest you go watch it. Everything is very upfront. You just have to look for the clues. You're kind of just gonna have to play detective, and I love that about this film.